everyone. My name is Ivan, and I'm one half of the No Talk Just Doom channel. And it's kind of funny because we're called No Talk Just Doom, and I'm talking. And this is a first, actually, maybe a last. But I was doing something interesting these days. I've been kind of sick and down with the flu. So I had a little bit of time on my hands, which happens absolutely never. And since both me and my partner Asen, who is the other half of the channel, we have too many amps and too many cabinets, way too many for our likes, for our wives to be happy with. We decided to, meaning I decided to create this video. I was doing some production for one of my projects, project called Shir. It's a Doom project, and I was unable to decide on the guitar sound. So I had my doubts, and I was reamping through all different amps at home. And at a certain point, I decided it's probably gonna be quite interesting for me to show you, this part of the process, and to show you how these, amplifiers behave in the mix. So without further ado, the amplifiers in question tonight are Laney AOR 8 knob, 50 watts, Orange Rockerverb 50, the third revision, Diezel Hagen. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. I really don't want to offend anyone. I'm fairly certain my German impression is too bad. But it's a menacing amp, and a really, really, really good one. One of my favorites. OR50 by Orange again. And I decided to throw in the Sunn Beta bass in this equation. Now, my Beta bass is modified. So for everyone that knows how the Beta bass works, the Beta bass series works. They're basically the same amplifiers. The difference is in the EQ. And the octaves of the EQ. So basically, I have one of my channels modified after the Beta bass because I wanted to keep that one because I really love it, and the other channel is modified after the Beta lead. So yeah, Laney, Orange, Diezel, Orange again, and Sunn Beta. The results are quite interesting, but what I'm gonna do first is I'll let you hear the song. Currently, one of my mixes that I've done, they're still demo mixes, but one of the mixes that I've done is with let me see what I used last. Yeah, I used the Laney AOR and the original Rockerverb 50. So I'm just gonna play a little bit from the song so you can hear exactly what it is about, and then we're gonna go through the sounds of each of the amplifiers. I'm not gonna play the intro because it's a little bit long and it's kind of irrelevant to this video, but the song will be out in a few weeks, so you'll be able to hear it if you do like it.
Страстен любовник е слънчевият лъч, безтъжна нотка, без капка жлъч. Отдаде се тя и в едно те забяга.
Yeah, so this part kind of repeats. Then we have another part coming in, which is basically very, very similar. Yeah, and then we go into another part that is a little bit different and kind of heavier. I'm just gonna play for you. So yeah, different stuff going on in the song. Quite a lot of stuff happening. What I'm doing usually when I make productions is I quad track. So I have 4 guitar tracks, 2 by 2. They're playing different things, meaning left and right. The first guitar is playing one thing, and left and right, the second guitar is playing something different. I like to layer some harmonies on top and stuff like that. So when it comes to this sort of production for this project, so yeah, a lot of stuff happening. Here I have the reamp of the Beta, the OR, the Hagen, the Orange Rockerverb, and the Laney AOR. One thing that should be noted, maybe I should probably get going and start showing you the different amplifiers. Let's start with the Laney AOR first. I really like the amp, but I kind of don't really like the high gain channel, if that makes any sense. I think it's good, but I think I have better. And usually when I use the Laney, I use I use it as a pedal platform for some of my pedals at home. And in that particular case, I have used the low input of the Laney, and I have added the Mountain from Frostjan Electronics, which in my opinion is one of the best pedals for doom metal ever created. Of course, this is my opinion. You can think differently, but I'm using it all the time, and I really, for a very long time now, and I really, really, really enjoy it. So yeah, the low gain channel of the Laney with with the Mountain. I have the presence a little bit back down. I have the bass without the bass boost. I have the middle that I boosted a little bit because I knew I'm going to use this recording for part of my mids in the end sound of the guitars. I have the treble also a little bit boosted, and yeah, then I have the other the preamp levels are basically at maximum. I don't have any boost on any of the push pulls, so it's very slight changes as you can see to the overall tone. And alone, it sounds like this. too bad. Let us go to the faster parts of the song. So not too much gain, more mid-focused sound. I really didn't want any too much lows to come in from that particular guitar part, from that particular reamp, and I didn't want too much highs to come into the mix. So therefore, I used yeah. Uh, I use this sound. I selected this sound. Of course, in the end, it's going to work in combination with some other sounds from other amplifiers. So let me first tell you something about the chain. The way this whole thing works is I don't use at home when I record, when I make these sort of productions at home. I don't use a real cabinet, even though I have one in the recording room. I use Tunos Genome. I don't know if it's pronounced that way. But yeah, I used the Tunos Genome, and I use some cabinet impulses that I have discovered work for that particular recording and work for what I want to achieve. So yeah, these are the impulse responses. Two of them, usually the way I work, the way it works for me is I get the lows from lows and highs from one of the cabinet impulses, and from the other one I tend to get the mids, and I regulate that with the mix knob. But here they kind of sound good to me, 50-50, so that's why I left it this way. Yeah, sorry, the flu is a nightmare. Yeah, so this is how it sounds. Let me show you how it sounds in the mix. Let me just mute some stuff here. Yes, mute. Let's see how it sounds. So yeah, as you can hear, it's a little bit dry. A little bit, there is stuff missing. So initially when I did this reamp, I knew I would have to add some more stuff. But since I didn't know which guitar I would want to substitute, which guitar I would want to use with which amplifier, I made 4 reamps, so all guitars on all amplifiers, so I can make the selection later. Usually I don't do that. Usually I'm quite quick in selecting stuff. For this particular song, I really had difficulties. Maybe it's the fact that because of the flow, I don't hear very well at the moment. So, but yeah, I had difficulties. But that's why I decided to go through all this, and actually, that gave me the option to show it to you guys. So yeah. Next, we move to the orange Rockerverb 50, which is a astonishing amplifier. Really, really good. It does the high gain stuff, but it also does the orange stuff. If that makes any sense. And it's great. It doesn't take pedals too well, in my opinion. But per se, it sounds very good. And with full stack, it can be an absolutely horrifying, brutal amplifier. I really love it. So yeah, let's hear how this one sounds alone, and then we'll hear how it sounds in the mix. Not too bad. Let's hear it compared to the Laney. That's the Laney. Orange Rockerverb. There is a little bit of a trick with the orange amplifiers, and a lot of you know that already. But if you want to get that modern, a little bit scooped tone, instead of backing down the mids, what you should try is boosting the lows and the highs, which creates this mid scooped and very saturated sound. And you either like it or not. I prefer really to experiment, and for some things it works well, for some other it doesn't. But this is how it's done here. Let's hear how this bad boy sounds in the mix. Yeah, let me mute some vocals because you're not here for the vocals. I don't think so. Yeah. not too bad. I didn't use any boost pedals or anything, just the sound of the amplifier. Yeah, sounds quite good. Move to the next one, because already this video is starting to become a little bit long, but hey. So, Diezel Hagen, one of my favorite amplifiers. It was supposed to be kind of the second revision of the VH head from the VH4 head from Diezel, but it turned out to be a different beast. Initially, I watched Peter Diezel interview where he said that this amplifier was supposed to be like, it was supposed to have like a British taste, a British sound, British voicing. I don't see that. I like it, but I think it's more fit for modern metal. But it can do very well, providing you can take control of the highs of the amplifier. It can do very well in doom setting as well, because it has very beautiful low mids, and also it sounds quite thick, honestly. So yeah, a great amplifier. Let me show it to you how it sounds alone. Forgive my playing. I'm not a guitar player. I'm a singer. Asen is the guitar player. But yeah, he wasn't recording that song. I was, so I'm all over the place, a little bit messy. But I mean, like, you can hear the sound of the amplifier. Let me show you to how it sounds in the mix. Mute, 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 mute. Go. Right, as you can see, and here, awesome amplifier. I can kind of finish this recording with this one and just leave it as it is. But I really would love to experiment, and I love to make combinations of different amplifiers, and it's kind of a reason why I still do that after quite a lot of years. It's just the experimentation process that gives birth to new ideas. So yeah, so all fun. Let's go to the next one, and the next one is the OR50. Again, a really beautiful amplifier. Has absolutely nothing to do with the old OR amplifiers, at least in my opinion. I've heard some OR80s from the 70s, and OR100s, and the OR50 is totally different beast. It can do high gain as well. I wouldn't call it modern, but it can do high gain. And with the proper boosting pedals, you can do actually modern as well, but not on its own. But it has this absolutely astonishingly beautiful crunch, and it doesn't go really clean. Goes cleanish, but it's great for lead parts and just for crunchy bits within the song. It's absolutely beautiful tone that carries this orange spirit, and probably didn't fit that song very well, but I still did it, and here it is. As you can hear, very thick voicing. Let me just quickly make a comparison with the Rockerverb 50, because a lot of people say that with enough time and effort you can make the two sound the same. Let's see if without any effort we can. As you can hear, it has this sizzling on top. Like, I'm not sure what the right word is, but the highs are very crunchy, and some of the people like this. Some of the people don't. I think it goes well in the mix, and you can make good things with it, providing you have a little bit of control over them. And the good thing is the OR50 actually has a presence knob, which works as a booster as well. So you can get a little bit of that in control. One of my complaints about with this amp is I really would want to use the power amplifier of the amp, but I don't have a sender return, and that kind of bothers me a little bit, because I would have loved to try some pedals, some preamps directly into the power amp of the OR50. I think it would have been great, but unfortunately I don't have this option. I still keep it because I think it's a keeper. Let's hear how that one sounds in the mix after I mute some channels. Yes. Rockerverb or 50. Yeah, brilliant amplifier. Before we go on, I would allow myself to ask you guys if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you're interested in this sort of content, of course. And also, speaking of this sort of content, I'm not sure if you like this type of videos that show different real life scenarios. And also, I'm not sure if you want to hear us, myself and Asen, speak at all, or you just want to go on with the model where we just say nothing and we just go on and review, the different pieces of gear. Obviously, this is not going to become something that we do all the time, but sometimes we can, if you have interest in that, if you have interest, in these sort of videos, to just go through real life scenarios, go through some mixes and see how we can put our equipment to good use. All right, not gonna talk anymore about that, but let me introduce you to the Sunn Beta. With the Sunn Beta, I admit probably it's gonna be a little bit hard for everybody to replicate this, because, as I said, I modified my beta base, and now I have two channels. One is beta lead and the other one is beta base. And what I usually do is I use both. On the both input of the amplifier, I use both channels because I want to have more flexibility when I do the tone shaping, and I feel that this provides me with more flexibility. And I also really love the mountain, the Frost Giant, the mountain pedal. I really love it in the beta. And rats and betas are well known to work very well together, but the mountain, oh god, this is what really does shine through the Sunn Beta. So if you have the opportunity to try the mountain with Sunn Beta, please do. It's tremendous combination. You can do all sorts of stuff with it, from drone to stoner, to doom, and to doom death metal, and to post metal and stuff like that. It's gonna work. It's just gonna work. It's just that the Beta is such a great amplifier. I've never even felt the need for tubes in that particular amplifier, even though I'm a tube head. So let's hear how it sounds. Now, I'll admit I probably didn't do my best with the sound here, but I really needed the Beta for one particular thing here. That's why I focused on one part of the sound of the Beta, and I kind of left the other one to be cut afterwards. So yeah, if you listen to it alone, probably not the best, but in the context of mixing it with other amplifiers, it just works well. So yeah, let me play it for you without any further ado. Sunn Beta. Okay, let's hear it in the mix. awesome. It's just such a great amp. Many people who are not mixing, and I'm the first one to admit this is a little bit of a rough mix, just for demonstration purposes. But um, a lot of guitar players, they feel like if their guitar tone is great when played alone, and from the vantage point that they have, where the cabinet is actually underneath their ears. If it sounds good, then it should sound good in the mix, but that's absolutely not the case. And usually, when you put, and I know all the Doom guys, they want a lot of lows in the guitar tone. That usually doesn't work, unfortunately, in a mix, or at least not always. And you need a lot of effort to control the lows. So in that particular case, I didn't need a lot of lows from the beta, and trust me, you can get a lot of lows from the beta. And yeah, I just got the tone that I wanted from it, so I can combine it afterwards with the sound of the other amplifiers. And with that, I showed you all of the amps, and here lies the big question: what amps should I use to finalize this song? And I'll tell you my feeling, because from this point on, it can be a little bit uh, personal and subjective, and you need to use your own judgment in stuff. And there isn't right or wrong. It's based on what you're after and what you want to achieve with the song and what you want to achieve with the arrangement. So what I advise people is just use your ears. Don't use the logos on the amplifiers. Don't use the metering on the DAW. Just use your ears, and whatever sounds good to you. Usually it is great. So just use that. What I'm gonna do is very quickly go through several different scenarios where I use different amplifiers, and I'm just gonna go quickly through the amps and what I wanted to achieve from them. So from the Laneys, I wanted a little bit more definition and a little bit of more mids, because I felt like several parts of the song were drowning in gain, and I couldn't get a very good definition with the orange amplifiers. They are slow amplifiers, and they can get muddy very very quickly. And the Diezel Hagen is too modern, so maybe alone again it can work, and even for that song it works very well actually. But I just wanted a different flavor, so that's why I decided to use the Laney, and it works great under this scenario. The oranges, I used the same trick on both. Like I kind of scooped a little bit the sound, because they tend to be very mid oriented, which is great. But I just didn't wanted it for that particular song, because here I have leads in the arrangement. I have a lot of vocals. I have a lot of stuff going on in the mid. So if I put too much guitar in the mids as well, then I'm having problems in the end with the final result. And then with the beta, I wanted some high mids as well from that amplifier. And I obviously cannot use all of the amplifiers, because then I'm going to have phase issues and it's going to become very hard to control. So what I'm going to do is I'll play different scenarios in which I use, 2x2s with two different amplifiers. So two first guitar with the two parts left and right through one amplifier, and then second guitar left and right through another amplifier. See which ones combine better. Sorry, English is not my first language. So yeah, let's mute. Let's use first the Laney and the orange Rockerverb. I'm gonna mute the other ones, and here I'm gonna use the first two guitars from the first guitar from the Laney. No, actually, I'm gonna use the second guitar from the Laney, because this is where it's the harmony guitar, and it's where a lot of things are happening. throughout the song. It has a lot of accents that tend to get lost if I use any of the other gainy sound amplifiers. So I'm gonna use, yeah, the second guitar here, and in the orange Rockerverb, obviously I'm going to mute the second guitar. So yeah, mute here, mute here. Let's see how it sounds. Great. Let us do a different test where we're gonna mute the Laney, and we're gonna go with the Diezel and the Rockerverb. Not too bad. Let's hear the fast part. I would say this is a usable sound. Obviously, if I wanted to, I can make it better, and I can add some EQ. I can add, different plugins in order to boost, the feeling even more. Maybe in the end, I'm gonna do something like that. But it's already, a very usable tone considering it's raw completely. Now, let's do the following. I'm gonna mute the Rockerverb, I'm gonna mute the Laney, and I'm gonna use the Diezel Hagen and the OR50. And I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what I've done this time. What I messed up this time, I meant. Very similar as a vibe with the Diezel and Rockerverb. So let me then try again the Laney and try the Laney with the Diezel. See how it sounds. Yes. Not too bad. Let's hear the fast part. I really like this combination. And what do we have left? Yeah, we have the beta left. And what should we combine it with? I think we're gonna combine it with the orange Rockerverb. Awesome. I really like the Diezel as part of this equation, and honestly, we can make all sorts of tests, and we can test with different cabinets and stuff like that, and it's a never-ending game. But at some point, you have to commit. So for that particular case, I'm really torn between using the Laney AOR as the second guitar or the beta, but I'm gonna stick with the beta for now. And I'm very quickly going to try to mix a little bit, but it's gonna be something really quick just to show you guys what you can achieve with this sound. Scratch the surface of what you can achieve with this sound and these awesome amplifiers. And honestly, everybody has their own opinion, but when it comes to sound, I would always, always select a real amplifier and a real pedal. And part of that is because it just invites me to create music. While when I'm fully in the digital realm, I kind of get lost in turning different software knobs and making all sorts of modifications, and I have more difficulties committing. That's why and in terms of sound as well, I prefer the real deal, even though I'm the first one to tell you probably I won't recognize A to B always. And yeah, but as a whole, as an experience, as a guitar player wannabe and a recording engineer wannabe, I definitely prefer using real equipment. And if I was not living in an apartment, I probably would have been using a full stack behind me. But since I have a kid in the other room and neighbors, I really have to, you know, deal with reality as it is and use uh, a system which is a hybrid, real amplifiers uh, with impulse response cabinets. All right, so let me see what I can do with this sound quickly. super minor changes. Let's see how it ties up with the vocals. Maybe. Yeah. Great. Good rough mix. And yeah, I have space for vocals. Obviously, they need a little bit of polishing, but yeah, you can hear them at least. And yeah, I probably can polish it. Not probably, for sure, I can polish the whole thing further. But for this particular session, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this has been useful to you guys, and you've found something interesting in today's session. Let me know if you want other sessions similar to this one, and if you find this interesting. What we can do is show you some stacking options of different pedals and live, obviously, and how it works in the mix, and some little bit, tips and tricks for mixing doom metal as well. But obviously, this is not the whole focus of the channel, and this will be done rarely. And if you are interested, just let us know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, it helps a lot. And I'll see you next time. Bye.